But okay, it looks like we got both drafts lined up here. Lorem Ipsum with a ProDotA Legion Commander combo. It's pretty strong. The Legion is also a really good block pick to take when you got a ProDotA, so you know, those spiders can't just be overwhelming odds down every time to get Legion a bit of extra net worth. And with that, we're gonna load in a bit, so I'm gonna play a real quick ad for our sponsor expert.co, and then we got the first game out of this best of 2 on our hands.
XBet, best odds for esport and live betting. Unique gaming lines for all esport disciplines.
Okay, and we're in Insta-pause coming out, so you know, nice and quiet start. It's not like we're gonna run out of time anyways. We got overlapping games every noon, so and Earth Spirit. I'm not sure if this is a meme or if it's or if Proxy's just a French guy with damn, what was it again? These the 3 mottos back in France. Pre-World War I, good old times. Not like I was there, but still, it's, you know, it seemed to be a pretty good old time until Franz Ferdinand bit the dust. Okay, so people just memeing away. Proxy in position to go for a rune steal here if he wants to, if he... I mean, it's kind of risky, jumping on you don't know how many people. He does have a really good ward here though, to make sure he's not gonna risk his life all too badly. Wait, and I think they spotted Proxy here. Yeah, they did, but Jakiro's gonna come in, gonna even out the early brawl, and look at that. Dogbrain seems to be in a bit of trouble, but looks like the rune is still gonna go to Team Mongolz. Off to a good start with this early game contestation. And yeah, Baba Yaga is safe lane Monkey King now. So it looks like Retribution on the Viper is gonna mid lane against the Broodmother. Interesting lane. I have absolutely no idea how it's gonna go. I mean, corrosive skin's really helpful to have. You are good at putting a little bit of return damage in to make up for those net web regen, but Broodmother can just make the most out of having stealth on the lane. Still get a decent deal of blast hits going, which against the Viper is always the best you can get. You can't really outlane a Viper. You can only either get better last hits than the Viper, or okay. Looks like we got some action here, but Io jumps on in and the lane is gonna quiet down. Me on the bottom lane, we got off lane Puck against safe lane Necrophos. Meanwhile, the top lane, Monkey King against Legion is another interesting matchup. I have no idea how that's gonna go, especially since Monkey King doesn't really have a lot of support on his lane right now. He's just 1v1ing the Legion, which is quite a feat in itself. Legion, a high armor, generally high lane presence hero. But with those Jingu stacks, I think he should be fine. Okay, it looks like... wait. So, Boomble tried to deny himself to creeps and Puck finished the job here, I assume? Okay, yeah. Boom Bell on the Rubik, took a lot of damage. Got killed off by a puck.
An exceptional fight.
And it looks like this is gonna be a slow start, only mistakes are gonna be punished, so gotta keep our eye out for anyone going out of position, getting a bit greedy. As for the late game advantage, one of the topics I always bring up at this stage, I do believe it's kinda equaled out here completely. Legion might scale infinitely, but Monkey King scales insanely late game as well. We've seen him 1v1 an anti-mage. I mean, yeah, he has to commit his ultimate, but his ultimate's really powerful. Kinda measures up to the Chronosphere in terms of how much damage you can deal on one target if you do it right. And Monkey King off to a good start on a safe lane. Didn't get the Legion. Legion too high armor, too high sustain, but IO's still a really nice consolation prize. And MyPro now pushing the aggression onto Baba Yaga, making sure he can't steal himself back to full health there with the Boundless Strike, but no kill will be had just yet. Instead on the mid lane, Retribution gonna get ran at by the spiders, but they don't do too much, and it's gonna be the Necrophos going down, so once again seems to be the kill we don't look at, but now on the top lane, they do want to man up here. Legion trapped inside, but the Jakiro is gonna go down with Rubik, enabling the kill there with the lift. Legion is just gonna take down to the creep aggro, to the Jakiro damage over time. It's too much. Now IO getting Boundless Struck down, I guess? What's the past tense of Boundless Strike? If you make it a verb as well. Boundlessly struck? I don't know. English is complicated with that. But Mongolz all of a sudden off to a great start. Lorem Ipsum, they were really dominant last time around. Mongolz were one of those teams who started the cup off last season with, you know, a couple of hard games, a couple of really close victories, and then all of a sudden they grew and made it way further than most people would have expected from them. This time around they're up against Lorem Ipsum, another really strong team, another team which has been full of surprises last season, and Mongol so far got a great start. Broadmother might be able to turn that around the second, you know, Desolator comes online. You can actually tear people apart with your spiders, with your ultimate right-click damage, so there is plenty of damage available. Necro Scythe as well, helping you out to reach the mid to late game, helping you win a couple of duels on the Legion Commander, who so far has been kinda struggling. Going 1-1, but kinda underleveled. You need a lot of support. You did have to commit a lot to bring Monkey King down, to keep him from sitting on top of the net worth, and he's still super close compared to the Broadmother. Broadmother might have really good lane, a really good advantage based on that invisibility of course, but and Viper there. Corrosive Skin saving him from all of those spiders stacked up. Meanwhile Dogbrain goes down to the top lane, and I'm gonna end up missing a ton of kills at this rate. Okay, Puck's gonna be fine. Necro had no way of killing the annoying little fairy dragon there. Now Baba Yaga's getting rented as well on the Monkey King. Looks like the game is speeding up quite a bit. Dogbrain is gonna go down once again. Baba Yaga now on a killing spree. If they get this return kill on the Monkey King, it could be huge, but Ice Path committed. MyPro trying to run out of there. Will get caught by Proxy, and now Proxy going onto Boombell as well. Just bullying him away, showing him who's boss, maybe force out a bit of regen. And Now Mongolz, once again in a super strong spot. Lorem, I mean, once the Necrophos starts joining fights, Lorem are gonna be put in a really good spot again, so it's not like there isn't a comeback mechanic available. But still, Necrophos, even with the Midas, can only scale so late. Eventually, he's not gonna be able to compare his own damage output to that of a Fat Viper, or even worse, a Fat Monkey King. And talk about Monkey King. He's gonna run a Dog Brain on the top lane once again, and this time around he will go down. But went down to a tower, so could have been worse for Team Mongolz. Okay, we're back to a quiet game once again. I'm gonna switch over to net worth here, so as you guys can see, Broodmother super far ahead. Monkey King had a decent lane, did manage to bully the Legion Commander to make up for that, so we already have two pretty dominant heroes, which should be ready to fight relatively early. Viper didn't have too good of a lane. I mean, you cannot outfight Viper, you can however outlast him. And he really does suffer from that, if it happens.
Denied.
The offlane Puck, however, going really well. The safe lane Necrophos, he dropped once early on and from then on got bullied hard. Meanwhile, the middle lane, a duel getting won by Legion Commander. Tikiro now trying to see if maybe there's some wiggle room, maybe there's some way to get a return kill, but absolutely no chance. That's just gonna be some damage for Lorem Ipsum to try and make their comeback here. Try and, you know, shut down Mongolz before they're able to snowball off their pretty big net worth lead. And I mean, with Broodmother this big, Broodmother of course about to get that miss chance. 60%, it's so powerful, come on. 60% miss chance once you hit somebody one single time with right click. You don't even need webs or anything. You just right click them once. It's one of the best unique attack modifiers in the game. Oh wait, is it even unique anymore? No, it isn't, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, let me... Yeah, it's not even a freaking... It's not even freaking attack modifier anymore.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Okay, so I think I'm going to have to take a look at the items here. The game's kinda quiet and the first couple of core items should be coming out right now, so... Fearless, wait, is Necro still going for a Midas? No, he isn't, so... Fearless on the Necro, going for a more fight heavy build. BB on the Broodmother. Got a Desolator ready for action and no boots, which is interesting. Gonna delay most of the Desolator action by a tiny bit.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And it looks like Boombell got spotted on the mid lane. He's just gonna go down. Viper meanwhile retaliating against BB here. Dreamcoil comes on in on the Broodmother. They do have the vision now and Broodmother is just gonna go down. Now Dogbrain, I mean, he's playing an IO without any big frontliner to protect the IO, at least no one which is online yet. And that means Mongolz are gonna take one hell of a fight on the mid lane, putting themselves in a really good spot. And if they get this tier 1, they're gonna be able to push the aggression further.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Now it looks like Legion Commander gonna get ran at as well. Do they have a stun here? No, they don't. LC just teleporting away. Lorem, it's not like they're completely out of this game or anything. They just need a couple of pickups like that beautiful duel they had earlier on. You duel somebody who's out of position, you got the Broodmother spiders to make sure that person goes down in time, and then Legion Commander gets 10 damage. With that 10 damage and the Reaper Scythe, you really quickly make that 20 duel damage. You just need enough to snowball off, and Necro now going for the Radiance is one of those things which I really do like. I know a lot of people are still skeptical about Radiance first item, Radiance Necrophos, are wondering if it isn't too slow, but I really do like the build, especially with a team like this one, where you got at least one hero who can kind of snowball for you, because then you make your job only one thing, and that one thing is magical damage. AoE magical damage. You get Radiance, later on you maybe get Shivas or an Aghanims, whatever you need to help your team win team fights. Well, whoever you have as a physical carry, in this case it's the Broodmother. If the game goes really late, it might be the Legion, but right now the Spider definitely have bigger importance. Also, talk about Legion snowballing here. There's the combo I told you guys about just a few seconds ago. Reaper Scythe duel, plus 10 damage once again, and I mean, Legion damage, it's not a whole lot. 10 damage, it might matter once every 10 kills or something. So everybody dropped here except for MyPro and Fearless, and now MyPro is gonna go down. Fearless, I think he's just dead. Nothing he can do there. Getting Ice Pathed up just to prevent Death Pulse and prevent Necro from getting anything, so he's not gonna get his Radiance as well timed as he would like to. Farming would have given him more GPM, and with that it looks like Mongolz are gonna keep staying in their dominant spot while Lorem is trying to get the conditions they need to all of a sudden turn the game around. It's kind of the same with Spectre, one of my favorite heroes still to watch in competitive. Just because Spectre with the Radiance, once you get the Radiance online, the entire game turns around. You got this damage over time to add up to your dispersion. It makes you so hard to kill with some extra miss chance. You actually become priority instead of just ignoring the Spectre and maybe, you know, snaring Spectre up or something. Keep Spectre from running at people, that's usually the plan. Kill off everyone except Spectre, but then you get a Radiance and the hero can't be ignored anymore, and I do believe it's gonna be kind of the same problem here for Mongolz, at least if Necrophos, and that is a pretty big if, does manage to get his Radiance without any further interference here. And Baba Yaga, he did deny the tower there. He's trying to retaliate against Legion Commander. No duel. Or, okay, there it is. Wait. Necro ultimate wasn't fast enough there, and that means 10 damage to the Monkey King. That damage does stack with Boundless Strike. That damage does stack with the Monkey King ultimate. He can definitely put that damage to good use. And now Magnetize up. Fearless might be in a lot of trouble, but he manages to deal with the damage over time here. Proxy, will he get out of there? Looks like he will, and that was a pretty interesting chain reaction, and it looks like it isn't over as, oh dear, Dogbrain and Fearless ran on in there, and a lack of fear isn't always a good thing, but at least BB gets another return kill onto Sankey there, who on the Jakiro had a 5-man killing streak. Wait, how much was that Jakiro worth? Let me check. 500 something gold for, I mean, considering that it's a mega kill streak, it's not all that impressive, you know. If you would have had a Monkey King with 5 kills in a row, or a Viper with 5 kills in a row, it would have been more gold, yes, but 500 gold for Jakiro, definitely something BB really does like to get. Got the Mask of Madness, got Soul Ring. I mean, all of those comfort items on the Broodmother are just really helpful, especially once the BKB comes out and you're able to get those hits in. I wonder what Monkey King's building. Okay, he's gonna go with the Echo Saber build, kind of struggling in terms of GPM. Viper has the same issue, but he went for the TP Boots Radiance build. So plenty of ratting to be done, plenty of GPM to be saved. This is actually a really close game at this point, especially if BB gets the BKB without interference. It could be really, really bad if Necrophos is to get a Radiance at a really good timing.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
And it looks like Mongolz, they actually do want to push the aggression here. They didn't just take one tower and then roam out of there. They want to push now.
Radiant's
With the
bottom
Jakiro,
tower
with
is
the
under
Viper,
attack.
they do have the damage to put onto towers. Puck for the wave clear.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Plenty of tools to try and take the bottom tier 2 tower, but it's still gonna take quite a while, even with the nether toxin hits, even with the liquid fire burning the tower down.
Radiant's bottom tower
But they're
is
just
under
gonna be
attack.
able to get away with completely
Dire's
uncontestedly.
middle tower is under attack.
Lorem decided to prioritize farm, and this is a pretty big
Radiant's
net worth
bottom
swing.
tower has fallen.
I mean, Mongolz, they're now 3k ahead. And yes, you did manage to get MyPro a little bit of offlane farm, who desperately needs GPM to recover. As for the Necro, he's still struggling kinda to finish off his Radiance. And I mean, like with the Spectre, it's fine to kinda struggle as long as you don't die too much when you're sitting on that much gold, because you're definitely a high priority kill, a high value kill, and you losing your momentum is even worse. Meanwhile, we do have a smoke gank onto Fearless on the middle lane. They did dust him up, just to make sure Bratmother isn't nearby, and now it's gonna be Rubik falling instead. Beautiful Io ultimate coming in there to save. Sankey gonna go down as well. BB still alive, Monkey King ultimate committed, and it looks like the Io went down in the end to the Monkey King. That's no big surprise. MyPro, is he gonna be able to? Yes, he teleports out with the Stone Remnant here. Just one split second. A matter of life and death there. MyPro, he is gonna live, and that's gonna make sure the game is kept somewhat closer. Necro living there. That was just so huge, because if he would have died so close to his Radiance, it could have been not necessarily game changing, but it could have made the chance for a proper comeback for Lorem Ipsum way, way, way smaller. Because Necro is dead, you got a high value target, no Reaper Scythe available, Legion can't win duels for the time that Necro is dead, and you can push a top tier 1 for some, you know, juicy gold net worth swing, putting you ahead to 5k, and that's gonna be okay. No time to talk about that, as Boomble is gonna go down. The duel up, not gonna get lost this time around, but MyPro still went down there. I wonder why they dueled there. Maybe they didn't see the maybe they didn't see Viper at backup. On the map they were all really close together, so
Coin for me.
all of a sudden duel noises. But it seems to be a pretty steady game for both involved teams. Interesting build on the puck as well. All those pretty much typical items, yes, but I do like the face boots on a hero like Puck. Despite this being 2017, the future. Oh, look at that save on Boomble there. And now Legion Command dueling at the Puck. Do they have the damage? Yes, they do. With BB hitting like a truck. Legion got the duel victory, and that's all that mattered. Now Viper getting torn apart with that mischance, and all of a sudden that fight completely escalated. Well, I was just going to talk about Puck's items. Perfect initiation.
Tower is under attack.
Lorem, they did lose a couple of people, but at this point you're taking the game from the back, so
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Monkey King getting himself a top tower. But I mean, look at Broadmother. This is beyond alchemist. Well, yeah, a good alchemist. This is like an alchemist which is going to win the game to your network advantage. But yeah, Spider Army up and running, and look at that. The Radiance effect definitely awesome on the Necrophos. I don't know. This looks great. The bubbles don't quite fit his style, like they're not quite as dark, but if they were like ectoplasm green, it would really fit his style. Still looks awesome, those little beams. Really fit the aesthetic there. Anyways, enough about that. Let's see. This smoke gank the Necrophos was involved in isn't gonna find anyone. Just did a really big run across the map, but they don't need to find anyone. Finding no one means it's safe to roach, or at least so they think. And let's see if Lorem Ipsum get away with stealing the roach straight away under the noses of Team Mongolz here. Mongolz do have a really good roach contestation. Earth Spirit can roll on in, magnetize things up, then Viper comes on in. And it's really creative from Mongolz, by the way. They have this kind of AoE synergy, which I said early on, and they did ban out the... I didn't even get to set up my new headset, chat. You did ask, but no, I haven't set it up completely yet. I do have it... Okay, no time to talk about that. We got Rubik being ran down. We got Necrophos gonna go down as well. The duel up, getting won by Baba Yaga. He's gonna be really happy with that, as BB wasn't there in time to respond. Now BB is gonna go down. Rubik just bought back as well. But wait, he did come in there. Boomble, he bought back, came back into the fight. And Lorem Ipsum, who are just in a really confident spot, now got team wiped with a dieback on the Rubik. A 5k lead here in favor of Mongolz. And Lorem, they did get the Roshan gold swing, so look at that. All of a sudden Mongolz could close out the first map of the last best of 2 here in the Southeast Asia Cup. 1-0. It's a really good start. Lorem, I do believe they're able to turn the second game in their favor, but as for this one, they do need to come back right now, or... Okay, that's a start, but it's just a small start, and Legion is gonna go down. Okay, does have buyback. Buyback committed, Dogbrain is gonna live. But the Necrophos went down on the backside of that fight. Okay, so we've returned to a bit of a quiet. Lorem, they are facing a 9k up against them, despite managing to kinda hold their base by throwing everything they have out against their opponents. I'm kinda skeptical if this is gonna be something they can just come back from like that. Okay, I think I'll take a look at the items here. No fight coming up in the next couple of minutes. Mongolz, they've just seen they're not immortal. I mean, Baba Yaga is, but that's a Monkey King. Monkey King kind of has limited resources. He's kind of a glass cannon, so you don't want to put yourself at risk by trying to run at somebody.
A prize. Radiant's bottom shrine is under attack.
So let's see. The most interesting items, of course, are Baba Yaga with the Diffusal Blade. BB got a Diffu as well. Pretty much all the items you need. And the Necrophos, he does have the Radiance, but in the fights up until now, he didn't quite get that much work done. He didn't quite stick around, you know. Split the aggro, or, well, the aggro. Make sure the enemy's forced to attack you for like half your health pool, and then go on the Broodmother. If you can kind of, you know, share the frontline duty like that, the Radiance is gonna become way more effective. But okay, enough about that. As we got a high ground siege going on, well, not much of a siege. It's actually more of a demolition right now. BB gonna try to defend that, but it's gonna take a lot of damage from the Viper here. Trying to lifesteal on up, but everybody just managing not to get hit, and now Reggie gonna get caught while that's happening, we got a duel up onto Baba Yaga. Monkey King is gonna go down here. However, BB just fell for more than a minute. And with that, Mongolz now in a really good spot. Okay, this could be a potential turnaround. IO forced to buy back. Reggie is gonna go down, but once again, all the big cores dying for Lorem Ipsum. They almost get what they want every time, but not quite. And I do imagine it's pretty frustrating. They're playing everything so on point, but okay, now the base. Well, the base just got counter-wrecked for the Radiant here. The two big cores are dead as well. Necrophos now gotta do a lot of work on his own here. But the Reaper Scythe is a huge tool. If there is some way, and I'm not saying it's, you know, really what's going to happen. I'm just saying it could happen. If Lorem Ipsum were to defend their base perfectly now, if they just stall the game out for 15 minutes without losing anything else in their base, they can afford to lose a Roche if they do manage to, you know, defend perfectly or gank whoever takes the Aegis. Okay, that Rubik dying there is not a good start, but still, if Lorem do manage to somehow hold their base from this point on for 10 to 15 minutes, they can potentially come back based off the Necrophos and based off the Legion Commander here. Legion Commander doesn't even need all that much damage. It's more the Blade Mail which kinda does the work for you against a hero like Monkey King. Against Viper, of course, it's gonna be a bit more difficult. You can't just duel, wait 2 seconds and then commit the Reaper Scythe, but Legion's still sitting at 60 damage so far and should be able to kinda man fight Necrophos eventually.
Radiant are scanning.
Okay, and there we go. The fight's gonna break loose with Brotmother taking a lot of damage. BB now down to half health, but is gonna man on up, trying to win the duel there, and the duel is gonna be won. Baba Yaga fell. This is the perfect start, the one Lorem Ipsum have been needing. Now Dogbrain goes down, but so will Reggie, and Brotmother still running at people. Viper dangerously low health. Necrophos is gonna drop, but Crybaby is gonna get another kill. Beautifully executed fight. They're gonna get more as well as Proxy now gets caught mid TP by the Rubik. Boombill on the Rubik, managing to put the work down, and he had a stolen Dream Coil as well. Proxy just gonna drop here, and Sandkey came on in trying to save his buddy's life there. He's gonna teleport out though. Look at that. 3,000. English is hard, sorry. 3,666 gold in favor of Lorem Ipsum. A perfectly taken fight. And I mean, the base is still intact. It's not like the creeps. They are in the base, yes, but they haven't quite caused havoc. The range tracks are still fine. You can still bring somebody back to defend, and these kinds of fights, one or two more of them, and Lorem might be in a really good spot again. I know it does sound kinda hopeful that two fights are gonna do it here, but Puck still needs a long while till level 25. Legion Commander sitting at 72 damage now. Necrophos almost got the BKB as well, which kind of makes things easier. Chat, we do not have a giveaway. We have a promo code though. We had giveaways, you know, 2 seasons or 3 seasons ago. but absolutely nobody cared except for a couple of people making fun of me in the contest, and I mean, it was friendly and stuff, I'm not bullied, but you get what I mean, right? When my friends are using it as a meme page, then there's not enough demand. What we do have is a promo code though, so if you want to bet, you can check out xbet.co and get a bit of free money. And talk about free money, it looks like Legion got some from enabling a kill on that Monkey King. Now Jakiro is gonna get scythed up as well. The Macropire is dealing a lot of damage, but it's gonna be enough. Retribution now gonna go down, and Proxy trying to get out of there, but once again a fight perfectly taken from Lorem Ipsum so far. And it looks like they're not gonna lose anyone just yet. Okay. Legion Commander for the world there. 3 kills for 1, still Lorem. They are playing exactly the way they need to come back. Do I cast SFTE versus Double Dimension? No, I don't. At least I think that's still the 17 CEST game. That goes to Darklight for the next couple of days because, well, we can't trade our games equally. I take this one from him, so he gets a bit of a break in the afternoon when his family's at home, so he can chill with them. And then he takes the game after this one, and, you know, I can sit back, I can chill. Get myself some food. Just a nice easy start into casting. But let's talk some more about this game. And would you look at that item choice from the Broodmother, one of my favorite items still of all time, even on Monkey King. I'm not talking about the Aegis here, of course. The Abyssal Blade. It's so huge. I know it doesn't stack with the Monkey King ultimate anymore, but if you disable somebody, if you know, use the activation on somebody in your ultimate, and that person gets hit by like 3 or 4 clones, and then you just right click them as well to try and stun them up again, you can man fight a freaking anti-mage if you're lucky. And let's take a look at the gold graph. I mean, this looks so boring. Honestly, if we weren't talking about 20k but 5k, this would be pretty much every good start of a game which then gets shut down. Of course, that was a really good start for Mongolz, and Mongolz did hold their own for most of the game until now Lorem manages to make a pretty significant comeback, or at least are starting to. And everything's quiet. I mean, Lorem, they do know they cannot just run in like that and fight, even with the Aegis, you know. You gotta fight near an objective. You gotta make sure you don't just take 1 or 2 heroes out of the fight. Then the enemy disengages, cuts their loss, and you get gone on by a Dreamcoil Monkey King ultimate. So Lorem Ipsum, they do wait. Do go for the bottom tower instead. Make sure they get an objective, and Mongolz, they don't want to fight. Mongolz are good at defending their base. Mongolz are good at, you know, going on somebody if they get the initiation, but if your enemy is just gonna push at that rate, even if you initiate, then maybe Lorem Ipsum, let's say, lose the IO, lose the Rubik, because they both are left behind when everybody else disengages. Okay, that's not good, but you cannot just swing this game around like that. It's gonna take 1 5-man team fight, and it looks like we're not gonna see that one just yet, but we're gonna see some more dual damage on MyPro, which is also really nice for Team Lorem Ipsum here. Gonna enable them to keep on fighting, keep on making things happening. Making things happen here. And it looks like Mongolz, who were so dominant, despite the big Broodmother, they won most of the fights. Viper did huge damage, you know. Hurricane piking himself to the backlines of the fight and going full artillery on some poor hero's ass. Even the freaking Viper is kinda afraid to fight right now. For Baba Yaga I can get it. You wanna rely on good ultimates, you wanna rely on good initiations. You don't wanna waste any of those big tools. You have to turn things around, but you can't just let this continue. I mean, my pro, perfect timing there, good sir. Sitting at 108 duel damage now. And BB trying to return push Mongolz already. They don't need to take it much later than this. They can if they want to, if they do feel insecure, but okay, BB is gonna waste his Aegis, but still has a cheese to follow that up. This spy is just sitting here like, I'm immortal. Okay, you guys killed me once, I told you I'm immortal. Are you gonna try it again? Okay, no. I'm gonna get out of here, bye. And now the tower is dangerously low health, so BB definitely confident with his net worth. And I mean, if you get a game like this, you just feel like God. Not even in terms of arrogance, but more in terms of how well you can take fights. You can really explore new strategies. You can, with Broodmother, one of the things, I think was BB as well, if I'm not mistaken, was go Blink Dagger early on. Go straight up. Go straight up. I think the build was Desolator, Blink Dagger, Boots or something. But yeah, it looks like BB just gonna... Okay, never mind that. I thought this was gonna be another Demon's Edge too. Or another what? Okay, never mind. No time to stumble over my words as we got Earth Spirit going down here once again. Look at that Legion damage. The only one hero to stop Legion is Viper, but when his team needed him most, he disappeared to the jungle to farm. 12 minutes have passed. But now Viper is about to return. And he has much to farm. But I'm convinced... Oh damn, I need to watch that intro again. I can't recite it perfectly anymore. I do think you guys get the gist though. But yeah, it's gonna be Viper to stop the big evil Legion commander as well as the Broodmother. I mean, if they come at you one at a time, it's gonna be fine. Also, the thing with Broodmother and Broodmother, because chat's bringing it up, it's kind of like tomato, where both phonetics are correct depending on where you come from. So for me, it's kind of Broodmother, with like the quick broad, and for a lot of people, it's Broodmother. But I really struggle pronouncing that fast, and I'm European, so over here we speak this really weird, like most people speak this really weird mix of writing British English but speaking American English and vice versa whenever it suits us. But remember when I said at the 25-minute base push that Lorem would be in a really comfortable spot if they were to just hold their base, and that it was somewhat unlikely? Well, that's exactly the spot they're in now. All of a sudden they've become the dominant force of the game, and Viper's struggling to kind of keep up with them. Once he gets that Assault Curse, things are gonna change. It does look like Mongolz Would like to get a nice pick off or two here. If you catch 2 heroes, it would be huge.
Coin for me.
And it looks like Mongolz still can't find anything except for some farm on the Viper. That might just be the next 5 to 10 minutes, and then we're gonna see Viper trying to man fight up those big hard carries once. Okay, there's the assault curse now, just buyback needed, and he can stop farming. Still a lot of gold needed for the buyback. I'm kinda surprised that Retribution didn't go for the poison attack on buildings, which a lot of people would have done if they were, you know, this far in terms of base destruction. But not going for it was the right call here in hindsight, because you don't need push, you do not need tower damage. What you need is a way of winning team fights. And every single little bit helps. Meanwhile, Monkey King, Baba Yaga, he's gonna go for a Lincoln Sphere. He's just gonna deal pretty much all-around damage in fights. He doesn't want to get dueled up at the beginning of a fight. He's not gonna run a single target. He's not gonna get items for that either. You know, stuff like Skull Basher. I'm usually a big fan of those, but in this game I definitely understand his decision making here.
Radiant's top shroud has fallen. Double time.
And Rubik trying to initiate here. Wait. Okay, Rubik's gonna live. Sandkey is gonna drop. Forced to buyback immediately. Now look at Necrophos. He's actually putting the work in with his Radiance, but he does take a lot of damage from that Monkey King ultimate. Viper is gonna stay safe, and now Necrophos is gonna go down. Meanwhile, Reaper Scythe actually up on the Earth Spirit, who might be forced to buyback here. Necrophos just gonna buyback himself. BB running at people. Not quite killing off anyone though. Dogbrain is gonna go down, and it looks like Mongolz will be able to take the fight with the huge Viper there. BB now taking a lot of damage with Baba Yaga, driving everybody low health within that Nether Toxin range, and Viper doing the rest with huge attack speed, huge attack damage, and ignored armor. However, Baba Yaga is gonna go down. Broodmother just hitting those engines there, which it kind of looks like something you'd report somebody for in the pub, but this time around it saved the entire team fight for Lorem there. They got the Viper kill they so desperately needed. And Viper did pull his weight. It's not like Viper Monkey King didn't quite deliver enough work, but Reaper Scythe in the end kind of tipped the scales ever so slightly in favor of Lorem Ipsum. So despite the gold net worth staying equal here, if not slightly favored for Mongolz over the last couple of minutes.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Okay, so we got a base push going on. From both sides actually. I mean, here it's just creeps pushing in the Radiant base. The Radiant are about to secure a pretty big advantage.
Has fallen. Dire's top barracks has fallen. Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
And look at that, now the base getting torn apart here by Lorem Ipsum, who, despite having such a bad start, all of a sudden managed to turn this game around, bit by bit. I mean, the Reaper Scythe really did so much work. Dogbrain went down there, got caught by Sandkey as he was about to jump back with the Ice Path, and it looks like this game's still gonna continue for a couple of minutes. Joe doesn't like late game. I do like late game. I love late game, guys. Don't get me wrong. I don't like slow games. It's a big difference between 70 minutes of, you know, a crap ton of fighting and just doing nothing for 20 minutes. Because both teams want to wait for the late game. But here we go with the Monkey King ultimate out. Still Insta Reaper Scythe, start of the fight. Now Baba Yaga taking a lot of damage. His ultimate didn't quite deliver what it needed to. Baba Yaga going down here, does have buyback if he needs to. Longest game time in ProDotA, as far as I know, it's 87 I think? Somewhere around that. It wasn't even 90 minutes. I duo cast that with Mad Kings all the way back in the day.
That should help.
But yeah, now we're gonna see this top lane of Rex up against the world here. Lorem Ipsum, they got an invasion. They got an invasion force. I mean, Legion Commander, look at the damage, hitting for nearly 500. Able to, you know, duel for 58 damage. Shrine went down. That's not too big of a deal. And it looks like now the bottom tower is getting pushed in bit by bit. Not quite taking that much damage, but one more push like that and Mongols are going to be in a lot of trouble, because the vision against Broodmother is really important. The bonus armor tier 3 provides really important, and once you use the tower, Broodmother is just going to send a couple of spiders high ground, push the ranged Rex, and then all of a sudden Legion is going to jump high ground, be like, hey, no more Rex for you guys.
This will do nicely. Dire's top shrine is
So it's
under
gonna be
attack.
quiet for another couple of minutes. Isn't this lovely, guys? We're just sitting back and chilling. But let's get serious here for a moment. In terms of items, Retribution, super fat, but still not quite able to man-fight the world here. The world being MyPro and BB. Those two, and I mean mostly the fact that there is two of them, is really hard to deal with.
Dire's top shrine
If you
is
kill the
under
Legion,
attack.
Broodmother's just gonna run at you, keep you
Dire's
down.
top shrine has fallen.
Nothing too special in terms of items going on. Legion didn't get a good duel in quite a while. That's often a problem when playing Legion. And look at that smoke rotation over onto BB here. They're throwing out everything to deal with that BKB from the Broodmother. There's the Monkey King ultimate, but Brood got saved. Wait, where to? Okay, over here. Good reflex there from the IO now. I mean, this is just the life of an IO. Going 0 and 15. And still Lorem Ipsum is in quite a good spot this game around. They did get pushed in really hard, but Broodmother stays alive. Look at that. 33,000 gold on a Broodmother, or Broodmother, whatever you want to call it.
Radiant are scanning.
So, how's it going, chat? Are you having a great time playing the waiting game here? I mean, honestly, this is quite an interesting game, but I want to continue the fun here. Roche can potentially respawn in 3 seconds from now, and that would be huge. Come on. Nope. 2 minutes or something. Okay, and it looks like we're just gonna play the waiting game around the Roche pit for the time being. That's fine by me, I guess.
Silence.
Just give me a good team fight, please, teams. I mean, if we look at the buyback status, everybody can have a buyback up if they want to. Okay, now it looks like Earth Spirit is gonna get dueled up, and there's the good duel my pro's been looking for. About to get rapier-like damage up on that Legion commander. That was finally a fight. Roche still not respawning, but they don't need a Roche anymore, or at least they don't feel like it. Now the Monkey King ultimate is getting baited out. It got stolen there from the Rubik, but Monkey King is not a person you want to mess with. The Rex, however, almost got ratted out. If they can somehow get Megas here. Okay, they can't. Wait. Yeah. They're not gonna go for Megas or any shady plays anymore. 1 lane of Rex left. 40 Mongolz here. They're holding on. They're doing the best to stick in the game.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Okay, so Lorem Ipsum, they do want to finish this game, but can't quite put the final nail in the coffin there.
Illusion.
Also, chat, Broadmother died 3 times, so
Radiant are scanning. Dire's bottom barracks are under
Roche now getting contested by Mongolz. This Roche could maybe be what they need to come back, but look at that. Broadmother and Io come on in, sneak the Rex there. Backdoor protection there, but, and yeah. Completely ignoring the backdoor protection there. Mega Creeps now able to help out. Legion hitting like a train.
Roshan has fallen to the dire.
I am immortal.
Okay, and we're gonna see the final push here against Megas from Team Mongolz. They do need to finish this now or never. If we look at the buyback status here, Monkey King doesn't have buyback yet. If they do get a couple of racks, he will have it though. But look at that, they cannot even push, and they're on a timer here as the Mega Creeps are fighting their way through to wreck that Ancient. And yes indeed, chat, Monkey King does have a rapier now. I really did figure he was going for buyback before he buys a rapier, but turns out Mongolz really do want to commit to the one final fight here. Look at that damage those monkeys are dealing, but it's gonna be enough. It looks like Shakiro went down there. Now down for... oh no. Okay, there goes the Aegis on the Monkey King. Retribution is gonna go down, and it looks like Baba Yaga has to get out of there. The Mega Creeps meanwhile are invading the Dire base. Proxy goes down. Did get a big magnetize off, but now the Monkey King running for his life here. Jumping away in the trees. Might be able to turn on somebody, but doesn't really want to take the risk just yet. And look at that. He might be able to flee. I mean, him getting away is kinda good because it keeps you in the game. But that kind of, you know, you're still facing a lot of trouble. Small, green, painful trouble. Also, if the factories have elite creeps like that, how are they made? How are they trained, you know? They're almost as strong as heroes when it comes to right-clicking. They're definitely stronger than early game unfed heroes, so... I wonder what the lore thing of these guys is. I do know Dota creeps have a lore of being, you know, brainwashed, basically considered to be almost corpses by common folks. There's no redemption for them, no way of having a normal life anymore. They're creeps for the rest of their life, but why are some stronger than others? Anyways, enough about lore. Viper. I mean, this is pretty much what is to be expected. Now the Monkey King ultimate is gonna come down. Monkey King doing his best to somehow keep the game live, but against Mega Creeps, single rep here isn't enough. Or maybe it is actually. Look at that. They do hold the base somehow here. Now BB, who wasn't frontlining there, which is why the base was held for at least a while longer, had to back out, but IO gonna bring him back in. Rubik there to try and support him, but look at that Monkey King. Boom! Broadmother slammed down. Monkey King with 24 dual damage. I mean, 24 dual damage on a Monkey King, that's pretty fatal. I'm not saying it's anywhere near a Divine Rapier, but... Okay, so... This did put a lot of damage on the Dire base. The Dire are now facing still a really adverse situation. There's buyback on the Broadmother if needs be. It's not... I mean, it was one fight, but it's not like, oh my goodness, turnaround for Mongolz. It's just like, okay, now maybe Mongolz will be able to find a 1 or 2% chance to come back in the game. And yeah, look at this. They're not really able to counter push effectively. Lorem could just take their time. What Mongolz need is to hold on to the Roche. I think that's their plan here. Monkey King finally squashed the spider with a stick. Sticks are a bit overkill for spiders, don't you think? I mean, I'd take a newspaper and not whack on a spider, especially not when sitting on my stuff with a freaking stick. But that was nearly 2 minutes and the creeps are still keeping every lane pushed out, keeping every lane pressured here. Mongolz, they want to Roche to then enable that big final push to actually enable Monkey King to do something with his Divine Rapier. And I mean, the damage is there. It's not like they need more damage.
Should help.
I wonder what Lorem Ipsum are even up to. I mean, they're just all farming at this point. Necrophos did go for the full spell damage build, but that was kinda obvious. Also, chat, the streaming assignment is as always Europe on channel 2, Southeast Asia on channel 1. And we got Puck at the million GPM per second, but well 420, but still, despite, you know, being a nice meme and all, and despite kind of being more than a meme if in the right hands, I'd like to see the Puck build that's able to defend against Magus. Like, what are you even gonna build? Maybe you go Mjolnir plus something to, you know, cleave through those waves of mega creeps, but that's kind of more Viper's thing. We already got that. But that's one of the biggest issues. You need to keep either Monkey King or Viper back at your base to make sure the mega creeps are gonna be held at a distance. Chat's saying Viper. Oh my goodness, look at that respawn. And there we are. Dota, please. There we go. Big bad road. Okay, so there are a couple of interesting items on the side of Mongolz. They're definitely proven to be improvising right now. I still do believe for exactly this situation, the freaking Yule Scepter needs an upgrade. I mean, for all I care, you could just add a Mystic Staff to it. Just literally adds. Literally it gives 40 intelligence, you add a Mystic Staff to an Yule Scepter to upgrade it. That would be completely fine by me. Just to make it a little bit more useful on a Puck this late in the game.
Coin for me.
And we have a 66-minute game. Let's see if it can last 20. If it can last 20 minutes more, then we got a new record break here, which would be pretty nice. Chat's meanwhile making fun about Roche, the living cheese factory. But I mean, Roshan just wanted to be a cheese vendor, okay? He just wanted to make his very own artisan cheese store, and instead heroes run in there and kill him just because. Nah, I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna make, you know, controversial jokes on the tournament channel. Because people will always be triggered at other people's opinions when politics are concerned. Let's instead talk about items here. Earth Spirit really does want to buy the Heaven's Halberd, but can't really get to the secret shop, which is being camped by 5 people. Am I the only one who... Also, guys, cheese is not made out of Roshan's milk. For Christ's sake, chat.
Command from me.
Wait, who's carrying the cheese? Don't tell me. Somebody has to have cheese, right? This is important. There's no cheese. Wait. Where did the cheese go? What the hell is this? I know somebody has the cheese. Is there? Not even. I mean, you would usually get the cheese to Io, so maybe they actually sold it or something? But yeah, cheese description says that it's not made out of roach milk, so don't think anything creepy like that. Roach just wanted to become a cheese vendor. And yeah. Okay, it looks like we got an attempted duel there on the Earth Spirit who managed to get out. Look at that guy, tanky as all hell. Plus 300 health, it's so good to have. Insane strength gain as well. I mean, 3.2 per level. This guy, in my opinion, should still be played as a right clicker. But nobody takes it seriously. People are like, oh look, PL can initiate and de-initiate. Okay, meanwhile Viper's gonna go down. Perfect catch there. Viper probably gonna be forced to buy back. That's 2 minutes without Viper, yeah. No way he's gonna stay dead. And it looks like Broadmother now taking a lot of damage, but we've seen BB pull this stuff on the engine, so if he really has to worry about his health, he can just bite a couple of creeps. But it looks like his health is not going to be the main worry there. Getting stun locked up is. And Earth Spirit closing the gap. Dogbrain is going to go down. So is Bombell, and it looks like Mongols are holding their base here with the Viper buyback, and now we got the Aegis committed there onto Fearless. Fearless trying to get out of there now with that respawn. Got a Blink Dagger. Wait, he's trying to turn on Baba Yaga. Baba Yaga forced to BKB. Now Fearless BKBing, but look at that, in from the backline comes the Legion Commander. And the turnaround is real now. Viper disarming, the disarmed Viper disarming the Legion Commander who disarmed the Viper. There we freaking are. Necro's trying to stay away. Trying to stay alive, but look at that Mjolnir proc. Meanwhile, however, the Dire base taking damage once again. I mean, this is one of those games where the tier 4 region really comes into play, where it makes the game way harder for Lorem Ipsum to close out. What was initially a free game is now a 71-minute game without a solid opening to finish the game. Now, 100 minutes or 100 seconds, I mean, of waiting time. 100 minutes would be a bit long, even for me, and I do like long casts. I mean, I don't know. I feel like 100-minute waiting time. 170, damn. Might as well have a 3-hour game. And look at freaking Legion's damage. Casually right-clicking for 1000. Because why not? Because why the hell not? In addition to the free Divine Rapier given to you by a dual damage, you get another Divine Rapier from the Monkey King. And Mongolz now far less confident. That turnaround was just so perfect, and I want to see Legion right-click somebody. Instead, it's gonna be Viper who catches Boomball there, who was up to some shenanigans. And this base all of a sudden looking pretty empty, pretty cleaned out. One tree standing where streets and buildings used to flourish. Puck, okay. Suicides for a courier, does have buyback. Gives a bedooms. Okay, and that's gonna be the rapier onto BB on the Broodmother now. Are you guys prepared for a show? This is gonna be it.
Dire's middle tower is
BB, who since the mid game has been carrying Lorem Ipsum for the most part, together with Legion Commander. I mean, don't get me wrong, Necropose is on point. He's just not playing as carry this game, and he acknowledges that and plays according to it. Broodmother actually getting saved there for a while, but the Divine Rapier is dropped, and it looks like the Dire don't know where it is yet. But people are gonna keep falling. My Pro buying back. The Divine is on the floor. Who wants it? GG being called there by Sankey though. Vibe without buyback, Monkey King without buyback.
Dire's middle
Looks like the Divine didn't quite... I mean, in a game with a Legion which goes to 70 plus minutes, the Divine is never going to be that important because Legion alone hits for the same as Divine Rapier. So you need to have it on a hero like Monkey King for it to even have any impact on the game at all. Otherwise it's just like, okay, slightly better than an MKB damage wise. And I know that sounds like a bit of an understatement, but don't go underestimating how strong Legion Commander is. We're gonna go and bring you guys to the next game in a bit. We're gonna play a couple of ads, and after that the stream will go down for about 2 minutes. That's because we need to fix the delay. We switched casts today with 2 casts using the same channel in a row, and Dark Knight forgot to, you know, do the delay settings again like they are supposed to be. Which, to be honest, usually happens to me as well when he's taking over, so that's just something that casually happens. We're gonna go to a bit of a break, guys.